Hello and welcome all in this video. So we are going to discuss about river water pollution. So all the major rivers of India is heavily polluted due to some influence which are mixed by the various ways into that water. The river water become polluted. So major Indian rivers such as Ganga, then Yamuna, Tapi, Narmada, Chamba, Damodar, Krishna, Kaveri, Brahmaputra, all these rivers are severely polluted due to the waste discharge from various industries and influence in Indian rivers. That is, we know that these rivers are heavily polluted due to the different sources from different areas like textile mills, influence from textile mills, domestic wastes, chemical mills from surgical industries, jute tanneries, sewage, some soap, paper, pulp, and chemical mills also introduce all that pollutants into the river. Rayon mills, tanneries, distilleries, paint, varnishes, polythene industries, synthetic rubber factories, sugar mills, glycerin industries, fly ash from mills, fertilizers, pesticides, thermal power stations, suspended particulates, and so. These are various influence or sources by which the Indian rivers are very much polluted. So we know that the Ganga river polluted at Kanpur, Gomati near Lakhno, Kaveri, Bhadra in Karnataka, Hooghly near Kolkata, Kali at Meerut, Damodar near Bokaro, Son in Bihar, Yamuna near Delhi. All these rivers are heavily polluted. Which are the major sources for the pollution of river and what its effects are found on fishery? This is our topic for discussion in this video. What is the effect of different pollutants, load of pollutants or pollution of the major river system on fishery? So, first of all, due to the sewage and domestic waste, sewage is commonly a cloudy, dilute, aqueous solution containing mineral and organic matter. About 75% of aquatic pollution is caused by sewage and domestic waste. If sewage or partially treated sewage is directly discharged into aquatic bodies such as rivers or any resource, the water of such bodies becomes polluted or contaminated. Sewage contains oxidizable some materials which can cause depletion of dissolved oxygen to the water in the receiving aquatic bodies and affecting the aquatic flora and fauna severely. Oxygen deficiency also leads to the production of odor in aquatic bodies. Some suspended matter present in sewage has a tendency to blanket the stream and thereby interfering with the spawning of fishes and reduction of aquatic biota. So these are some effects of the sewage and domestic waste. Second one, industrial influence. Industrial influence discharge into aquatic bodies contain toxic chemicals, hazardous compounds, phenols, aldehydes, ketones, amines, cyanides, metallic waste, toxic acid, oils, grease, dyes, biocides, suspended solids, non-biodegradable matter, radioactive waste, thermal pollutants, etc. from number of industries. The principal type of industries which contribute to water pollution of rivers in India are chemicals and pharmaceuticals, coal washeries, soap and detergent, pulp and paper industries, sugar, distilleries, dyeing, tanneries, steel mills, fertilizers, etc. etc. So all these industries influence cause deleterious effects on the fishes and may bring about death or pathology of kidney, liver, gills, and reproductive system of the fish. Influence like methyl mercaptan and pentachlorophenol lower the photosynthetic rate of aquatic communities by hindering sunlight penetration into the water column, thereby affecting adversely the growth of herbivorous fishes. Disinfectant, which is added in the aquatic bodies, may cause mortality of fish, plankton, and diatoms. It has been reported that pre-chlorine discharge from fertilizer factory influence they can cause heavy fish mortality in a river. Influence containing arsenic cause cellular degeneration in testes. Also, it reduces the growth of fingerlings. Influence containing acids and alkalis impair the gill functioning in fish. Industrial influence in industrial discharge impart color, odor, foul odor, and turbidity to the receiving water. They undergo putrefaction that produce objectionable taste. Some influence discharge into aquatic system may severely alter the aquatic ecosystem by increasing the temperature of that water. It is important to mention here that in Ganga alone, about 315 industrial complexes are dumping their influence, causing decline in fish productivity. Third one, agricultural discharge. Plant nutrients, pesticides, fertilizers, farm waste, manure, slurry, sediments, drainage from sludge, plants and animal debris, soil erosion containing mostly the inorganic materials are reported to cause heavy pollution to aquatic bodies. NPK fertilizers containing nitrates, phosphates, and potassium are added to the soil. Some of these are washed off through rainfall, irrigation, and drainage into the aquatic bodies, where they severely disturb the aquatic ecosystem. The excessive use of plant nutrients lead to the disruption of nitrogen and phosphorus balance in water, affecting aquatic plant growth. Organic waste increase the BOD of receiving water. Pesticides of non-biodegradable nature are carried into the aquatic system where they severely disturb the ecosystem and represent biological magnification. Excessive addition of nitrates and phosphorus in aquatic ecosystem make it highly productive or eutrophic, causing eutrophication in water, which leads to depletion of O2 due to excessive algal growth and thereby increasing biological oxygen demand of water. It also leads to death of fishes and other aquatic biota. Number four, detergents. Some detergents, either natural or synthetic, are toxic to fishes. Non-ionic detergents such as ethylene oxides do not ionize in aqueous solution. The sodium alkali sulfate and alkali aryl sulfonate are proved to be decidedly toxic. Sodium tetrapropylene benzene sulfonate present in washing powder is toxic to fishes. Detergents or soaps made from sodium palmate, sodium oleate, sodium stearate have adverse effects on aquatic system. In the solution of the detergents containing pyridine, the respiration of fishes appears adversely affected. So some of these effects are found due to the accumulation of detergents, due to mixing of the detergents into the water body. Toxic metals, some toxic metals, these toxic metals are added in aquatic system from industrial processes, domestic sewage discharge, street dust, land runoff, and fossil fuel burning. Traces of heavy metals such as Hg, Cd, Pb, As, Co, Mn, Ni, Cr, etc. have been identified as deleterious to aquatic ecosystem in and also for the fishes in particular. Cellular damage in various species of fishes have been reported from metal toxicity, chromosomal clumping in testes, and impairment in nucleic acids. These are also effects due to accumulation of toxic metals, due to discharge, due to mixing up of toxic metals to the river. CD and AS have been observed to reduce growth of fingerlings of freshwater fishes. Copper is actually toxic to fishes and is adversely affects depending upon the hardness of the water. Cadmium is toxic to fishes even in low concentration. The major sources of lead poisoning have been steel and paint industries and of burning of gasoline. Hg compounds enter as a waste products from industrial processes. Manganese also entered the aquatic environment through domestic waste, industrial influence, and dry cell batteries and impairs the functioning of nerve cells in fishes. These heavy metals degrade very slowly, accumulate in the body, in the food chain, ultimately killing aquatic biota, including fishes. Slight excess of metals in aquatic bodies is extremely toxic to fishes. Mercury level in the range of 0.01 ppm results in damage to algal growth. This poisoning refers to as a Minamata disease. And in Japan, in 1953, have killed 45 fish eaters due to Minamata disease. Copper in 2 parts per 100 million of the water is fatal to sticklebacks, while Ni, Pb, Zn are extremely dangerous to other fishes. Due to arresting the movement, these metals can arrest the movement of gill filaments and block the respiratory system. Heavy metals have great affinity to attack sulfide bonds of proteins, carboxylic acids, and amino groups, thereby disrupting the cell metabolism of the fish. Strong alkalis like NaOH and KOH, known to produce coagulation of gill secretion in fish. These are some effects due to accumulation and mixing of toxic metals. Number 6, siltation. Silt is the most widespread and damaging pollutant, especially in hill streams. Silt particles create high turbidity in water and may hinder the free movement of aquatic fauna, growth of fishes, and their productivity. Due to the siltation, the effects are reduced visibility of pelagic food to the fishes, reduction in direct light penetration in water, decrease in photosynthetic rate, less food availability and plant biomass, clogging of gill racers and gill filaments in fishes. Next one, that is the number 7, thermal pollutants. These pollutants include the waste chiefly from atomic, nuclear, and thermal power plants. The discharge of unutilized heat is highest in the thermal power plant, which adversely affect the aquatic environment. Apart from electric power plants, various industries with cooling requirement contribute to thermal loading. 20% more heat is given to cooling water in nuclear power plants than fossil fuel plants of equivalent size. Municipal sewage also contributes to thermal pollution. Domestic sewage normally have a higher temperature than the receiving water can, that is having adverse effects on the fish fauna. The thermal pollution of water creates two major problems. That is, the activity of biological life increases at higher temperature and may demand more dissolved oxygen due by the fish fauna. As the temperature of water rises, the amount of DO decreases, which may be fatal for aquatic biota. Some other effects of thermal pollution, fish fauna, and water quality, that is, we already said, reduction in dissolved oxygen, increase in BOD, early hatching of fish eggs, failure of true eggs to hatch and salmon to spawn, direct fish mortality due to failure in respiratory, nervous, and essential cell processes, adverse effects on spawning and reproductive function during spring season, undesirable changes in animal population, excessive eutrophication, acceleration in activities of pathogenic organisms, migration of aquatic fish fauna, changes in physicochemical properties of water, decrease in solubility of gases in water, changes in diurnal and seasonal behavior of aquatic invertebrates. And number eight, the major source of river pollution, that is the radioactive materials. Radioactive materials, pollutants enter water streams from various sources such as nuclear power plants, nuclear reactors, nuclear test, nuclear installations, operation of power, processing fission and fusion products, etc. Extremely toxic, these are extremely toxic radioactive like NP, PU, AM, CM, PK, CS, KEDAR, RU, etc. are produced. They disturb the process of the system of that ecological system of water. They enter into the food chain and adversely affect metabolic pathway of fish fauna and other animals. In fishes, radiation damage makes cell membranes permeable to so that the abnormal interchange of materials through an imperfect cell membranes can result in temporary or permanent injury to that particular organs. So these are some major sources of river pollution and its effects on fishery. So thank you once again for watching this video.